Hello, so today I've been asked by LV to sit down and talk to you about confidence, and then later on in the video I will be talking about the Green Heart Foundation, so stick around for that. As many of you may know already, confidence is something I've been struggling with for an exceptionally long time. To summarise, I was an exceptionally confident kid, and around the time I started secondary school, the confidence just disappeared. My online persona sometimes bursts with confidence, but that's not always the case between the jump cuts and outside of this context. As I have said before, when I'm in this space, I feel more myself. So this is who I want to be. I'm able to be confident right now. So talking more about my offline self, my confidence fluctuates. It is always in the back of my mind, along with low self-esteem. So seeing as I've been asked to talk about confidence, let's go through a few examples of where I'm struggling. Earlier on this year, I made a video about post-graduation life and how I was struggling and I felt unprepared, things like that. But one big element to my struggles is my low self-esteem. I don't feel what I'm saying is portraying the gravity of the situation. I am capable, but I go through periods where I don't believe I'm capable, so applying to jobs is tricky. And then when it comes to actually going to interviews, not that I break down, but I am not myself. I don't go into a job interview with this persona. I wish I did. I wish I had this confidence in that situation. So I do struggle to make eye contact. I sort of curl up into myself. I can't sell myself, which in a job interview situation is something that is vital. And then, because I've had so many negative experiences and responses, I'm now in a situation where I sort of battle internally about the idea that I am not good enough. It reinforces that fear. And I have no confidence. Changing topics slightly, but there's another area of my life which contributes to my low self-esteem and lack of confidence, and it's my trichotillomania. For those of you who don't know, I have a disorder called trichotillomania where I have impulses to tear out my hair, and in the past I've had massive bald patches, I've been bald for several years. This is the most hair I have had on my head in about 3 years. Go me. But I'm not scared of bald patches. That does not upset me. What frustrates me is the fact that I don't have control. It is a disorder, it's not a choice. It's like having something eroding you every day and you have to keep building it back up. Even right now, my hair looks fine, but over the course of this video, I'm touching it far too much because I currently have, I don't know, a third of it missing. You couldn't tell. Whilst I am no expert on confidence, as evidenced by my fluctuating confidence, I'd like to go through just a few things that I do to help me feel better and tackle this confidence problem. Number one, I try to focus on the things that I'm good at, things I know I can do. I may be bad at some things, but I can excel in others. Number two, and I find this hard sometimes, is the fact that I have to keep reminding myself to acknowledge that in order to move forwards, I have to take risks and put myself out of my comfort zone. Number three is easier said than done, but I try to pretend that I am more confident than I appear. So if I feel myself going like this, I tell myself to sit up straight and bring my head up and smile. Do not underestimate the power of a smile. It's so powerful. Number four, in regards to job interviews, if I find myself unable to make eye contact, I look at their forehead or look at their eyebrows, so it looks like I'm making eye contact, but I'm not. And number five, I recognise my pace and I go slowly. I do things in small pieces. I don't try to push myself completely out of my comfort zone overnight. It's like dipping your toes in the water, running away and then coming back full force. You know, you've got to test the temperature first. But moving away from my issues and things I'm dealing with, let's talk a bit more outside the box. Sometimes in life, things happen that we can't control. So my granddad has been fighting various forms of cancer for the last few years. However, this year he was diagnosed with terminal cancer and given a period of which he has left to live. This is something else that's hard for me to talk about. The diagnosis, in addition to the journey that we're currently on, is hard. It has made things difficult at home. There's stress, anxiety, trying to help my granddad with the things he's processing. So in terms of granddad, trying to help him through this period, we're trying to keep him occupied and boost his self-esteem. Regardless of their situation, when it comes to helping other people with confidence, sometimes many of us struggle with that. I know myself that I am not the best shoulder for somebody to cry on because I am not very good at being helpful. So when it comes to helping others, I do struggle. Even though I make videos like this, I struggle to know sometimes what to say. But I guess overall, if you know somebody is struggling with anything, including low self-esteem, no confidence, giving them compliments or praising the things that they are good at can help. It sounds silly, but I was at the post office last week, and as I handed over my parcels to the lady behind the desk, she said, "Ooh, you've got nice dimples." And I smiled straight away, and then I smiled for the entire day because of that compliment. And because I smiled, I felt better about myself. So the small things can help create snowballs and make us feel better. So now that I have talked about some situations where confidence has been a struggle, I want to talk to you about LV and what they're doing to promote confidence amongst their customers. LV is Which's Insurance Provider of the Year, and they are launching the Green Heart Foundation with a campaign called Confidence Matters. They want to help their customers feel more confident in themselves and then spread more confidence. I think it's a bit like the Pay It Forward movement in a way. You encourage somebody else or do an act of kindness, and then gradually it goes down a chain and everybody helps one another. In this case, LV just wanted to give something back to their customers, and they recognise that life can throw us curveballs. They are doing this to help or support people in extraordinary circumstances. If you would like to know more about LV and the Green Heart Foundation, then I will put the link to them down here and also in the video description downstairs below, so please go and have a look. If you watching right now have had any experiences with confidence or how confidence has impacted your life and have any tips for the rest of us that are watching, then please comment as well downstairs. You'd be surprised how many of us go through difficult periods, and there's lots that we can learn from each other. So to bring this video to an end, please check out the link to LV's Green Heart Foundation downstairs below, and also encourage each other in the comments. And yeah, I will see you in the next one. Bye bye everyone.